We're going to get started. All right. Well, thank you for coming to our Restoration Academy graduation. So I want to say good morning and welcome to all. I would like to start out with a big thank you to all of our council members, Mayor Ginther, Executive Director of Civil Service, Amy DeLong, our President and CEO of Workforce Development Board of Central Ohio, Lisa Pat McDaniels, our partnering agencies, Impact Community Action, Columbus Urban League, Eckerd Connects, Primary One Health, Dress for Success, and Rest Care, and also Ohio Means Jobs. All of our and also our Restoration Academy participants that continue to support the program throughout the years. They show up when I call, so I greatly appreciate that. And I also want to thank the founder of the program, former Mayor Michael B. Coleman. Sorry that he's not here yet. Without the support from all of you, Restoration Academy would not exist. So I'm very grateful for everyone that support us and year after year and come out and do whatever is needed for me. So I'm delighted to be sharing this day with everyone in the room. As of today, this marks our 6th Restoration Academy graduation this year. I'm proud to say that we do have a 100% graduation rate. We also have a 100% employment rate at this time. So this is our first year for that. Restoration Academy has provided a second or even a third chance for many of our individuals over the last 6 years. Restoration Academy has given many of us hope, resilience, and peace. Restoration Academy helped many of us find our niche and helped us to build character. Restoration Academy taught us how to walk with our heads held high with no thoughts that my name is Felon. But my name is Tarika Cradle, and I do not take no for an answer. With this being said, graduates, I stand here today to say that I'm very proud of you all, and you made it. So give yourself a hand. I now would like to leave you with this quote. Whenever you find yourself doubting how far you will go, just remember how far you have come. Remember everything you've faced, all the battles you have won, all the chapters you have written. Remember the moments that came before when you had this same doubt and overcame it. You can go as far as you let yourself go, let go, and you will soar further than you have ever imagined. I thank you all for showing up today and being supportive. And I am going to now turn the program over to our director, Amy DeLong.
My role is just narrating the process today. I want to turn this really over to our great mayor of our wonderful city that I'm proud to work in and be a huge part of, Mayor Andy Ginther.
Good morning, and what a great morning here in the city of Columbus. A great day where we celebrate restoration, redemption, new beginnings, second chances, all the things that make good communities great communities. And I have 16 wonderful examples of that community commitment, and making sure that our tomorrows are even brighter than today. I want to thank Tarika and the Restoration Academy staff, Director DeLong, Council President Pro Tem Priscilla Tyson, who's our finance chair, and all the council members. Mayors can believe in and propose whatever they want, but if council does not appropriate, we can't get those things done. And so I'm grateful for her steadfast commitment to this work and for all of her colleagues' support, our participants and our business partners, because I think, and looking quickly at the booklet here, Nearly all of our graduates, a good majority of them, are all being hired for jobs in the private sector. Early on, when this program started, many of the graduates were being hired into the public sector and the nonprofit sector because we thought that was our responsibility to set the standard, set the pace, be trailblazers, and show the private sector that our Restoration Academy graduates were ready to step up and serve and be productive, positive, and constructive members of the teams in the private sector. And I think we've succeeded. Part of it is the top caliber graduates that are coming through the program, but also our commitment to making sure that every family in every neighborhood, regardless of circumstances and what has come their way, should share in the success story that is Columbus. And you all are wonderful examples of that. You've worked hard these last several months to get to this moment. And you join now 170 other Restoration Academy graduates who have made it through the program. You all come from different backgrounds and have followed different paths to get to this point in your life. But one thing all Restoration Academy graduates share: a 0% recidivism rate. That's something that I know this community is proud of. Breaking that cycle and truly opening up doors of opportunity and prosperity for folks in our community. That number speaks volumes because it speaks of the future, not of the past, of employment, being able to care for yourselves and your families. I also offer my heartfelt thanks to everyone who has worked on this program over the last 5 years, from the city to all of our employers. Restoration Academy is a perfect example of what can be done when a community comes together, takes a risk, puts time, money, and commitment into building up people who just need a second chance to get it right. Ultimately, we all benefit. We all benefit from stronger families, healthier neighborhoods, and outstanding workers for our cities, our nonprofits, and our companies. A coordinated effort to change the future for justice-involved families in Columbus is required. It is imperative that these efforts are based on evidence-based programs and services that have been proven to both reduce recidivism and improve family stability. Collaboration is this city's middle name, which is why Restoration Academy works. The program is provided through the City of Columbus and in partnership with several community-based organizations and employers. Restoration Academy is a promising practice and one that other cities are interested in replicating. I get asked about it every time we get together with mayors around the country. I don't know of another city with an ex-offender program that actually provides internships and work and training experiences within city departments. And I'm proud of that. And I'm proud to carry on the great history, legacy, and commitment of this program started by former Mayor Coleman. I'm proud of the Restoration Academy and our graduates. I'm proud of each and every one of you here today. So I thank you. I thank for your willingness to step up, make a change, put your lives on the right track, to make sure that your families are stronger, healthier, safer in the future. It's now my honor to introduce our great partner in all of this work, our finance chair, our chair of Health and Human Services, our President Pro Tem. Please welcome Priscilla Tyson.
Good morning. This is a day that every graduation I've been able to attend, and it is a day that I thoroughly enjoy because it is a day where you realize that individuals that are here have an opportunity to continue to change the trajectory of their lives. I am so happy to be here and to be celebrating the graduates of our 6th graduating class of Restoration Academy. And I want to thank the people that made this happen. Again, I want to thank Mayor Ginther for your continued support and your administration support to allow everyone to be able to achieve their best quality of life. And that happens with this program. To former Mayor Michael B. Coleman, who this was a vision and he made this a reality. To my city council colleagues, who you will hear from many of them today, but certainly they're very important because, again, as the mayor said, that we care about this program, we make sure we're funding this program and supporting the mayor and his leadership. I want to thank Ms. Amy DeLong, and I want to thank Lisa Pat McDaniels. Lisa, there she is, hi. And then Tarika. I just want to thank Tarika. Being here for the very first graduating class and listening to Tarika's speech and then watching Tarika continue to grow and to be leading this program just shows you what you can continue to do just like Tarika. So Tarika, thank you for your leadership. I also have to thank all the nonprofit agencies that have worked with you to help you to continue to move forward, to get the skills you needed for the jobs that you now have. I want to thank Primary One, who made sure that you're getting the right health care and understanding the importance of health care to your job, to your families, just to you personally. So thank you to Primary One. I again want to thank all the employers, as the mayor said. This started out as the city was really hiring a lot of the individuals, and then nonprofit agencies, and then based upon just really seeing what the unemployment rate is, every able-bodied person needs to be working. And so then the for-profit organization saw how this was a great program and felt like everyone should have a second chance. And then for the for-profit community continued to be open to hiring individuals who deserve a second chance. They need a second chance. They need to make sure, and you need to make sure that you have the workforce to be able to make sure your community, your business continues to grow. I also want to thank the family of the graduates. I absolutely know that this has not been an easy road. This has not been an easy road for the graduates, but for you, to continue to support these individuals that are graduating. I know oftentimes they've broken your heart. You'd wonder what's going to happen. Will they ever get a chance to move forward? They're good people. What are we going to do? So I thank you for sticking by them. I thank you for encouraging them. And to the graduates, you stand on 5 years of other graduate success. And because all of you completed the program and have jobs, the next class will stand on your shoulders. And they're so thankful for you. This is a holiday season. This graduation is wedged between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanksgiving is a time where we're thanking each other, friends, family, God, for all of our blessings. So I thank you for your willingness to be in this program. I thank you for the hard work that it took for you to get here today. And I also thank you for leaning on each other to get to this point. But as I think about Christmas, Christmas is a time of giving. And so giving, what you'll be doing is giving to our community. You'll be giving to our community by working in a job, making sure that our community will continue to grow and to prosper. You'll also be giving because you'll continue to give and be involved in community service, making our community a better place. And you also will be giving to your family, giving them a continued opportunity for success based upon your success. And lastly, I just want to say that there will be obstacles and there will still be doubters. There will be doubters. And there will still be mistakes. None of us are perfect. There'll be some mistakes. But with hard work, there are absolutely no limits to your success. Congratulations. May God continue to bless you. And I now want to introduce my council colleague, Councilmember Elizabeth Brown, to the podium. Thank you.
You got a 3-for-1 up here. No, we switched it up. So I'm Elizabeth Brown, member of Columbus City Council. This is Shannon Harden, my colleague on Columbus City Council, and Michael Stinziano, my colleague on Columbus City Council. And we are here today to say thank you to the graduates for your hard work. Thank you to the friends and family and the friends who have become like family over this process, who have supported you. I know that it simply isn't doable without that. And I also we recognize that we have a lot of work to do still. All of us together, the people in this room, those who are here to support you, the public officials who are up here, we believe in second chances. You are all living that out. But I think outside this room, each of you and each of us still has a lot more to do to make sure that's a reality for everyone who has served their debt to society and is looking for a second chance. The measure of a society is how we provide second chances. Where would any one of us be without second chances? I wouldn't have gotten very far. And so we need to be generous, we need to open our arms, we need to open our minds, and do that outside this room. And I know in order to do that, the city wants to be front and center in the conversation. Restoration Academy is an incredible program, and we wish we could touch the lives and work with every single person who has served time in prison. But we know that that's not possible through just one program. So each of you, as you're working and as you're contributing to this community, please help be ambassadors for second chances. At the city, we are doing everything that we can, and we know that we have to work with state and federal government to do even more. This summer, we unanimously passed a program through City Council on July 31st with the support of the mayor to help make sure that companies who do business with the city are given an extra look if they commit to hiring restored citizens. Because it's important to use the purse strings that we have in order to help make sure that second chances are afforded to everyone who's willing to work for it. That's how we are going to build our best city, our best state, and our best country. So thank you for the part you play. Thank you for your hard work. And again, to those friends and family and loved ones who've been a part of this journey, it is not possible without all of you working together to support these excellent graduates who are here. So thank you.
Okay. I need to give a huge thank you to Alvis 180 also, because they play a significant role in partnering with us. So I want to give a shout out to them. And now we will move on to our speakers. I'm not going to say anything about them because I'm going to let their speech speak for them. Our first speaker is going to be Michael Federer. And our second speaker is going to be Cherie Klinkscale. So Mikey, if you want to come up.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. There was once a single mother who was penniless, severely depressed, and receiving government assistance. You may all recognize her. Through persistence, she went to college and began writing one of the most recognized books of our time. In a 5-year span of hard work and dedication, J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter. This book, its sequels, and the movies have gone on to touch all of our lives. There are a ton of examples of underdogs or heroes that have persisted and stayed the course, met or even exceeded their goals. One of the most successful entrepreneurs, early businesses failed and left him broke and to start over 5 times. Has anyone here ever drove a Ford? Well, you may not have if it had not been for Henry Ford overcoming his obstacles. Another young man that we all know was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and good ideas. Can you imagine a world today without the creativity and ongoing impact of Walt Disney? Had he not overcome the barriers in his life, we would not have Mickey Mouse or Disneyland. And one more. A high school student in Wilmington, North Carolina, was cut from the basketball team because at 5'11", he was deemed too short to be of any count. Well, this kid went on and trained rigorously over the next year and grew 4 inches. And while he was at it, he changed the course of his life. And I'm sure you'll all recognize the name Michael Jordan. My personal experience my personal example of persistence is an overflowing paper box of job applications, resumes, and interview documentation. How many applications does somebody have to put in to obtain sustainable, meaningful, and a secure job? Well, I don't know the answer to that, but what I do know is that it takes more, so much more resolution and drive for somebody that has a felony background. Restoration Academy is a program that is designed to help people with a felony background overcome barriers associated with that background to employment and sustainability in our communities. In May of this past year, the 16 of us that you see before us were chosen out of an extremely large applicant pool to represent the City of Columbus's Restoration Academy. We all had something in common, and that was a desire to be persistent in dismantling our barriers. Now, a barrier is something that completely blocks your path. It's that accident that occurs every morning somewhere en route to work through the 70-71 split. At that time, it's totally preventing me from passage. For us in Restoration Academy, it is that ever-present looming felony record that in many cases prevents us from obtaining that first major step back into our communities, employment. Restoration Academy has taught us the skills needed to break down that barrier. And after a ton of persistence, those barriers become obstacles. Now, an obstacle is something that prevents or hinders your progress. It, however, can be overcome through hard work. Restoration Academy helped to provide that support required to go around, under, or through those obstacles. In doing so, we began to trust that process and choose a path towards success. Those obstacles began to lessen, and they turned into hurdles. Now, a hurdle, by definition, is a portable barrier one must leap to get past. The hurdles such as writing a resume with gaps in your employment, or how do you talk about your past in an interview, are some of the lessons that Restoration Academy provided. In practicing those skills, we began to realize that we could get past those hurdles. Once we leapt over those hurdles, those things started becoming stepping stones. That box of applications is now my stepping stone. I would have brought it here today for some sort of dramatic effect to be able to step up on, but I wasn't carrying it on the C-bus. Many of us are seeing the results of our stepping stones. We are employed with companies that range from Twin Valley Behavioral Health, Unique Services Logistics, Impacts Community Action, Touchstone Hospitality, and many others. That tenacity is what each one of us in Restoration Academy has found in ourselves. And when one of us would lose that drive for a moment, the rest of us made sure that there was motivation enough to go around. If not, Tarika would find some way to inspire us, whether we wanted it or not. And for many of us here today, graduating from Restoration Academy is not what we expected in the beginning. We all came with different ideas of what Restoration Academy was going to do for us, when in turn, it truly is about what we're going to do for ourselves. As a group, we learned to trust the process, and that the more that we put in, the more we will get back. We shared and discovered that our barriers and our struggles, although very real, were similar in nature. Through persistence and the support of Restoration Academy, our barriers became obstacles, which became hurdles, which became stepping stones that many of us are taking towards success. This did not happen overnight, and I'm proud of each and every one of you that I've gone through this with. And now as we leave, I hope that you keep that hunger and that fire burning and that persistence. Now, when seeking out some constructive criticism while writing this for you today, I was told by a friend of mine, Nico, that I may have used the word persistence too many times. Well, I love this kind of advice, and Nico even gave me some substitute words. So to my fellow participants, I say, be tenacious, determined, resolute, purposeful, tireless, patient, insistent, unrelenting, and obstinate in your pursuit of meaningful sustainability. That kind of drive is exactly what J.K. Rowling, Henry Ford, Walt Disney, and Michael Jordan surely had on their journeys. Before I close, I would like to thank the City of Columbus, Mayor Ginther, for the opportunity to participate in Restoration Academy. In addition, I want to thank the founding former Mayor Bu Coleman, the community-based organization, the employers, and all of those that make Restoration Academy not only possible, but a proven success. Without Restoration Academy, the City of Columbus would have many fewer success stories of reformed citizens. Additionally, I would like to thank Tarika, Restoration Academy's coordinator. If not for her hard work, prodding, and occasional even poking, many of us would not be here today. Lastly, I want to thank all of you, the participants, again, for just being here and supporting us, each and every one of us. Barack Obama once said, "We did not come to fear the future, we came here to shape it." Now, I know that each one of you can and will turn your barriers into stepping stones and a bright future for yourselves. Thank you, everyone, and I'm not sure who we're now turning it over to. Is it Cherie? All right. Ms. Cherie, come on up.
Woo! Might give you a hard act to follow. First of all, I want to say, I got to get this cry out for a minute. I remember standing in a courtroom looking like this, and being sentenced to 10 years in penitentiary. I didn't have hope. Disappointment, like my life had ended. So I'm going to talk to you about a little bit of this, Restoration Academy, and what it has done for me. Anytime it says restore, I'm in it. Thank you. The mayor gives me a napkin. Oh, it was the time that I was scared of everyone, the mayor, the police. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Okay, what I want to say today is that, first of all, I want to say thank you. I thank you. You have impacted my life in some form, some way, by a smile, kindness, gesture. We talk about second chances. I've had more than a second chance. I had a third and a fourth. But I thank God today that somebody believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. I was once told, if you want to change your life, you got to change the way that you think. So I'm going to be a little real with you. I had a bad attitude. And attitude is everything. It affects relationships. It affects your job. It affects everything in your life. I've had my struggles. I still struggle today. But what has changed is my attitude. I know that I am worthy of a job. Not just a job, but a career. That's what I seek. And I thank everyone that is behind me that sees that in me. I am not a quitter. I will never quit. I may fall down, and I have, but I'll get back up and brush myself off. Because every time a door is shut in my face or shut, somebody over here is opening one for me. And I hold on to that because I know that there's greater things. And as I look at every one of you, I remember when we walked into Restoration Academy that first day. Yeah, you're laughing. I won't tell you stories, but you're laughing. And I remember Tarika looking at us, Mr. Jose looking at us. He's probably, I know in his mind, like, what is happening here? But I have to say that when I look at you today, we are no longer what we were when we walked in. We don't look the same. We don't talk the same. We definitely don't dress the same. There's so many people that have impacted our lives. I had the opportunity to start at Impact Community Action. I posted a couple of weeks ago about how Impact Community Action is still impacting my life. It's a ripple effect. And I remember getting out on 9/11. I'm a veteran. I thought that was kind of weird. They laid me out 9/11. I was like, something is about to happen. I got out on a Friday. Monday, I was at Impact Community Action. My pastor standing back there. See, I started my change in prison. I changed the way I thought, the way I communicate, the things that I did in prison. I knew I had to change my criminal thinking to something better. I had to love me again. Because hope, that's what we needed. We needed some kind of hope that we made a mistake, but we're not a mistake. Our past will not define us. If anything, it'll push us forward. All the naysayers, thank you. Thank you. I have to say that because of you, I kept pressing on. Even when I didn't feel like it. Even when I cried and went behind doors that I knew I was qualified for. My felony kept me from those doors. But I thank my God above. He said, what is impossible to man is not impossible for me. So I hold on to that. Every day I get up, I know that God got something greater for me. He saves the best for last. I want you to know that. Okay? I'm not trying to preach here. Might have missed my call in there. If anybody's out there, I might be preaching. But I want to say that, I done lost my notes. Thank you, Jesus. Anyway, it says, Einstein had said one time, only those who can see the invisible can achieve the impossible. There was times I didn't see no way. I didn't know where I was going to get the next meal. See, I'm not from Columbus, Ohio, but I made that change to come to Columbus, Ohio, and it's the best change that I've ever made. We stand here as restored citizens, and I thank you, Tarika, because I gave you the blues. I have to tell her. She ain't going to tell the truth, but she know. And Kyra, and Sue over there, and Jose. He was like, oh, here she comes again. But I want to tell you, because of your persistence in me, even when I kept saying, no, no, that's not going to work, no, I want to say there's no excuses. None. I've had the opportunity, and I thank Impact if they are in this building today, right now. You have taught me and shown me how to go out into the community. It was set up here to be an advocator for this program. I'm already doing it. I'm already doing it. I go back into the prisons. I said I would never go back, and I thank God I don't go back in chains. I go back like this. Seeing the same people that had... Seeing the same people that at one time had put me in handcuffs, put me over here, that now embrace me and encourage me to come in, and we need you to come in here and speak. I would do that every day because somebody came in there and gave me hope, that I seen somebody outside that I knew, like, wow, they making it. I can too. Because one thing I know about my God, he's not a receptor of one person. If he did it for you, you, and you, he can do it for me. What I like about this program, it's not a hand up, a handout, it's a hand up. I like you allowing me to see what I have inside of me. I'm a strong-minded person, so I need all that to help me to get forward, because I will, but then sometimes I know I have to let go and let God do his work. And so I say to you, I wanted to say this earlier, but I wanted to say is that we keep showing up. If no one invests in you, invest in yourself. Can't nobody tell your story but you. If no one believes in you, believe in yourself. Even if you don't see the results right away. And I thank you, Tarika. And I thank you, my pastor and Tracy, for that encouragement. Because I falter. But I stand here today as a woman that has integrity. I have worth. Whereas one time I was told I would never be nothing. Well, I'm telling you today, naysayers, I'm standing here, as a woman that has been restored. Oh, that's it. Thank you.
Actually, this year's the first year that Restoration Academy has made some recognitions outside of our just partnerships and the people that have been involved as a whole. We'd like to recognize someone who Tarika and I has relied on for the last 6 years to help get this program off and running and keep it running. And he was a part of former COWIC, and now he's a part of Primary One. We would like to recognize Jose Feliciano. And basically, we really want to recognize him for his dedication, his passion, and his continued hard work and assistance with all that he has done for helping us with Restoration Academy and talking us off the cliff sometimes when we needed to be. Yeah, sure. And also pushing us forward, because he's had that experience out working with the various groups, and it's really helped us along the way, and we want to make sure as he moves on to his new career that he realizes that we appreciate everything he's done for us.
All right. All I have to say is I'm in awe of these 16 people every time. I thank everyone involved for the opportunity. I want to thank the mayor, the WDB, City Council. Thank you. It's always been a privilege and an honor to help people who want to help themselves. All I do is help people grasp the door of opportunity and walk through. So thank you very much.
Okay, and now the time that we're, I guess the most important time of the event. We're going to recognize our participants who are graduating today with their certificate of completion of Restoration Academy. And I'm going to let Tarika go ahead and read off the names, and I would like the persons up front to stand up, and we will pass out their certificates and starting on this end, and shake your hand as you move forward. So, that being said,
Okay. All right. Leon Barber. Cherie Clinkscale. Denise Elliott. Jennifer Fleming. Okay. Michael Federer. Delisa Griffin. Donald Johnson. Terry Johnson. Marshawn Mays. He just got off of work, so he tried to make it here just so he can be here. Thank you for making it. Sterling Porter. Troy Wesley. You're welcome. And last but not least, Sarah Wilson. All right, our 2017 Restoration class. Congratulations. 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 All right. Have a seat. We're almost at the end. Okay. So I want to introduce the one that is going to close us out with closing remarks, former Mayor Michael B. Coleman. I'm glad you made it.
Well, I'm going to make this brief because the only thing between you and going out there and tackling this world is me in this little few moments here. So I want to first of all thank Mayor Ginther and all these wonderful folks here that have continued this effort through the years, because I think this is one of the most important things city government has done and can do. And I'm proud of each and every one of you. I want to have special acknowledgement to Priscilla Tyson, who was here from the very beginning, and worked through this program and helped raise the money and all the things that happened to make this work. And Elizabeth Brown, who has done a marvelous job on council, who supports this effort and has other programs that impact those who have already paid their debt to society. And I'm grateful for that as well. And then Councilmember Mike Stenziano, I'm grateful to you as well. And Shannon Hardin also was involved in the early days when he wasn't a council member. So just quickly, sorry I wasn't here to hear the speeches. I heard they were magnificent, absolutely magnificent, but I was at the doctor to make sure that I could come to the next graduation. And let me just say this, in life, it's not how far you've fallen, it's how you get back up again. And what this represents here today is getting back up, fighting for yourself, for your family, being given the second chance, and to take this 6-month experience and turning it into something positive for you and your families. And I just want to say I'm proud of you. Never give up. Always reach for the next rung. Always fight for yourself, your families, and for your city, because you can continue to make it. You've made it this far. You still have further steps to go. Keep walking, keep running, keep working, keep fighting for yourself. We're proud of you. So go out there and conquer the world and do good for yourself. God bless you.
Really quickly, as I'm the narrator, normally this happens throughout the process. Didn't happen this time with a lot of speakers. You want to make sure you're not repeating yourselves over and over again. But I want to say this program is not possible without all of our employers who are willing to step up and give individuals the second chance they deserve. And we have a group of employers I want to name off personally because they stepped up early in the process this time. Normally, it takes 3 to 6 months to get people hired in our program. These individuals, or some of these employers, stepped up day one and said, we're going to take a chance because we believe in the Restoration Academy and the people here who you are recommending to us who are going through your program. And I need more employers to do that, so I want to read these employers off before we leave today, and that is Columbus West Park, Franklin International, Hirschvogel, I hope I pronounced that right, ITC Manufacturing, IQOR, ICOR, okay, LGS Staffing, Niagara Bottling, Steak and Shake, Touchstone Hospitality, Twin Valley Behavioral Health, Unique Services Logistics, Yinkin Majestic, the City of Columbus. And I want to say that Michael Federer will be my third Restoration Academy in the Civil Service Office, and every one of my employees that I've hired through this have been outstanding. So I just want to say I'm very excited about him joining us. He is going to be an Office Assistant 3 in our uniform testing area. Isn't that ironic? Sorry, I had to say that. And get that off. And our nonprofit of Impact Community Action, who Cherie is currently at. So that being said, I have one last statement that I want to make, and that is, remember, you're graduating. It's not the end. It's the beginning. And you need to go out and continue to grow, take advantage of all the opportunities that are out there, but more importantly, make sure as you're taking advantage of all that, you give back to your community, because as your community grows, your city grows, there's going to be more opportunities for people like you to have that second chance with the city and employers as we bring in new ones. So that being said, I don't want to be the last person between your cake and the graduation ending, but I am. So congratulations, and we'll have a reception after the picture right downstairs. There'll be cake and a drink for all of you. Thank you so much. Sorry. Thank you so much.